Look closely, because what you see isn't just a success story. Everything you think you know about Oprah Winfrey is only half the truth. The world saw the fame, but they missed the fire. That started in a potato sack. They saw the empire, but they never felt the shame. She had to turn into power. Stop scrolling. Listen, because the secret she discovered isn't about her. It's about you. This is how you turn a broken life into a legend. Imagine a world where one woman holds the power to move millions. A woman worth over $3 billion. But before the gold, there was gloom. Before the fame, there was hunger and cold. Bitter mud. January 29th, 1954. A baby girl was born into a world that didn't even want her. They named her Oprah Gail Winfrey, a name no one knew, yet raised by her grandmother, Hattie Mae, a woman who knew only two things: hard work and unwavering faith. At age 3, Oprah didn't have toys. She had responsibilities. Her clothes were literally potato sacks. It was all they could afford. But even then, she had a gift. She would preach to the birds on the fence as if they were a stadium of thousands. She didn't just speak, she connected. Discipline was harsh, but it carved the diamond within her. She learned to read before she could even tie her own shoes. At the local church, they called her the Little Speaker. She knew, deep in her soul, that this farm was not her ending. It was only her beginning. But as the years passed, the light began to fade. Teenage years weren't a dream. They were a nightmare. Trauma, pain, and a loneliness that could crush a soul. She ran. She ran through the cold rain of Nashville, searching for a way out, searching for a voice that the world hadn't stolen. But a diamond is only formed under extreme pressure. She stood on that high school stage, trembling, but resolute. When she spoke, the room went silent. The girl who once preached to crows was now winning trophies. She wasn't just a student, she was a force. From a vintage radio booth to the nightly news, her voice became a beacon. But Nashville was too small for a dream this big. 1983, Chicago, a new city, a failing show, and a woman who refused to fail. She stepped into that studio, not as a victim, but as a leader. The cameras turned on, the audience leaned in, and in that moment, the world was about to change. The lights grew brighter, and the stage became her kingdom. She wasn't just a host, she was a revolution in a blue suit. She didn't just ask questions, she felt the pain of every soul sitting across from her. When she held a hand, 1 million people felt that touch. When she cried, the whole world wept with her. Then came the magic. The Oprah effect. A single book became a bestseller. A simple gift changed a life forever. You get a car. Everybody gets a car. But behind the gifts was a woman of iron, building an empire, brick by brick, dream by dream. From the studio floor to the highest offices of power, she became the mirror, where we finally saw ourselves. A voice for the voiceless, a leader for a new generation. But even at the top, she knew the show was just the beginning of a much larger legacy. But as the noise of the world faded, a deeper voice began to speak. It wasn't about the ratings anymore. It was about the soul. She found a peace that the cameras could never capture. Sitting in the golden light, she realized that her greatest gift wasn't the show. It was the wisdom she gathered along the way. Through every book, every meditation, every silent moment under the oak tree, she taught us that we are enough, exactly as we are. From the little girl in a potato sack to the woman who moved the world, the circle was finally complete. She stepped off the stage, not to leave us, but to lead us from within. The screens may go dark, the studio may fall silent, but the light she sparked will burn forever. Her story is your story. Believe in your light. Trust your journey, because the best part is only just beginning. She reached the summit, not to look down on the world, but to show us the view. Every struggle, every tear was a seed planted for this moment, a garden of hope, grown from the mud of Mississippi. She didn't just write a story, she became the pen that rewrote the future. She proved that your past or a brand, it is the flame. Look at the stars. She taught us that we are made of the same light. Her legacy is not a building, passed from one hand to another. From the little girl in the mirror to the Queen of Hearts, does not define your destiny. The light she sparked will never fade. It lives in you. Her voice will echo through the hallways of time. Now, it's your turn. Write your story. Build your empire, because the power has been inside you. Oprah, the queen, the legend.